Hey friends, welcome back to Confident English Cast. I'm Henry.
And I'm Sophia. Hi, everyone. Grab a tea, a coffee, or just your phone and your courage.
Today's episode is for anyone who has ever thought, my English is okay, but I still feel nervous.
Yes, and also for anyone who has ever thought, I passed the test, so why do I feel scared in real life?
Beat. If that's you, you're in the right place.
100%. And don't worry, this is simple, friendly English around B1 to B2. We'll speak clearly and we'll explain important phrases at the end.
Quick question, Sophia. How was your morning? Peaceful or chaotic?
Chaotic, but in a funny way. I went to buy bread and the line was long. Everyone looked serious, like this bread is an exam.
A bread exam.
Yes, people were staring at the bread like it could judge them. Then the cashier said, "Next," and I felt my heart go boom boom. I forgot the simple words. I wanted to say, "2 small rolls, please."
And what came out?
I said, "2 little circles."
That is beautiful English. Honestly, Little Circles is creative.
Thank you, thank you. The cashier was nice, but in my head, I was like, Sophia, you teach English.
That is the perfect example of today's topic because real life does not give you multiple choice answers.
Exactly. Real life says, speak now, and your brain says, no thank you.
So today we're talking about tests, grades, and real life skills, not in a scary way, in a helpful way.
We're not here to say exams are evil. We're also not here to say school is useless. We want to talk about the gap many learners feel. I studied, I learned, but I still don't feel ready.
And we'll do something practical. We'll give you simple phrases you can use to talk about your own education and your own skills.
Plus, at the end, we'll do a calm word walk. We'll slow down and explain key phrases from the episode with easy examples.
And if you're listening while walking, cooking, or secretly sitting at work.
We see nothing. We hear nothing.
All right, let's begin with a feeling many of us know, the test feeling.
Oh, yes, that feeling where your stomach is doing gymnastics.
When you hear the word exam, what picture comes to your mind?
A classroom with very bright lights. A clock that is way too loud. Tick, tick, tick. And someone coughing like it's a dramatic movie.
For me, it's the moment right before you start. You have your pencil, you have your ID card, and you try to look calm, but your leg is shaking under the table.
Yes, and the teacher says, you may begin, and your brain says, I would like to go home.
Many of our listeners know this. Maybe you're in school now. Maybe you're preparing for a language test. Or maybe you finished school years ago, but the pressure still lives in your memory.
And sometimes exams teach us one big message. Don't make mistakes.
That message can be dangerous for language learners because learning a language means making mistakes.
Mistakes are the road, not the enemy.
But let's be fair. Tests can also help us.
Yes, let's give exams some respect. A little respect, like a polite handshake.
What do exams do well, in your opinion?
They give you structure. You have a goal, you have a date, you have a plan. Even if you don't love it, it helps you move.
True. Also, exams can check your basic knowledge, like do you understand the grammar rule, or can you remember key information?
And that matters. Knowledge is not bad. If you learn vocabulary, if you learn grammar, if you learn how to organize an essay, those are real skills.
Exams also train focus. You sit down, you work, you finish. That's discipline.
And discipline is useful for everything, even for cleaning your room.
Sadly true.
But here's the problem. Exams usually measure what you can do on paper in a quiet room with time.
Real life is not like that. Real life is loud. Real life is fast. Real life is emotional.
Real life also includes other people, and other people are unpredictable.
So sometimes we have a person who looks perfect on paper. Great grades, great certificates, very impressive.
And then they start a job, or they travel, or they have to make a phone call in English, and they freeze.
Not because they're stupid.
No, because it's a different skill set. It's like swimming and biking. Both are sports, but you don't bike in a pool.
That image is very clear.
Thank you. I teach with strange pictures.
Let's name this difference in a simple way. We can call it study skills versus life skills.
Study skills are things like memorizing, taking notes, doing practice tests, writing in a test style.
Life skills are things like speaking clearly, staying calm, asking for help, solving small problems, working with people, and recovering after a mistake.
And for English learners, life skills include starting conversations, continuing conversations, and ending conversations politely.
Also, understanding different accents or asking someone to repeat.
Yes, because in textbooks, everyone speaks like a robot with perfect timing. In real life, people speak like humans, fast humans.
Let me share a story. It's from my first year teaching. I had a student named Lewis. Not his real name, but we'll call him Lewis.
Hi, Louis.
Lewis was amazing in written tests. He could read, he could write, he knew grammar rules better than I did.
That is scary.
It was a little scary. But when we did a simple activity like ordering food in English, he got very quiet. His eyes went down. He said, "Teacher, I know, but I can't."
Oh, that sentence is so common. I know, but I can't.
So I asked him, "What are you afraid of?"
And
He said, "I'm afraid I will sound stupid."
that hurts because he's not stupid. He's careful. He's trained to be correct.
Exactly. He had strong exam skills, but he needed practice with real-time speaking.
This is what many learners need. You don't need more fear. You need more safe practice.
Now I'll confess something. I also had my own I know but I can't moment.
Oh, yes, please. I love a teacher confession.
Years ago, I took a course for public speaking. I thought, I teach, I talk all day. This will be easy.
Famous last words.
The teacher said, "Okay, Henry, introduce yourself in 1 minute. No notes."
No notes?
I stood up, my mouth became dry, my brain became empty. I forgot the word experience. I said, "I have many, teaching years."
Teaching years is also creative. Welcome to my bread world.
Thank you. In that moment, I learned something important. Knowing something in your head is not the same as using it under pressure.
That is the heart of today's episode.
And if you feel this in English, you are normal. You're not broken. You're just learning two different things: knowledge and performance.
I want to add another everyday example. Imagine you studied driving rules. You know every sign, you can answer every question.
But the first time you drive in real traffic, your hands are like, "Hello, fear."
Exactly, because real life adds speed and stress.
And maybe an angry driver behind you.
And that angry driver is like a surprise vocabulary test.
Let's keep it polite, Sophia. This is a beginner-friendly podcast.
True, let's stay kind.
So, what skills do we need besides exam skills?
Let's keep it simple. I see three big areas.
Okay, tell us.
First, communication skills. That means speaking clearly, listening well, and checking understanding.
Like saying, do you mean, or let me repeat to make sure.
Yes. Second, problem-solving skills. Small daily problems, a late bus, a wrong order, a confusing email.
And third,
Emotional skills. Staying calm, being patient, and being kind to yourself when you make mistakes.
that last one is huge for language learners.
Because if you punish yourself for mistakes, you stop speaking. And if you stop speaking, you stop improving.
Now, let's talk about something many people feel after school. That strange moment when you realize grades don't answer every question.
Yes. School asks, what is the correct answer? Real life asks, what is the best choice?
And sometimes there is no perfect choice.
That is scary, but also freeing.
Do you remember your first job situation where you felt this?
Oh, yes. My first part-time job was at a small event center. We had conferences and workshops.
That sounds busy.
It was. One day, a guest came to the desk and said, "My name is not on the list."
Uh-oh.
I checked. It was true. No name. He looked tired and annoyed.
In exams, you can breathe and think. In real life, someone is waiting.
Exactly. And my brain wanted to scream, "Teacher, can I phone a friend?"
What did you do?
I used simple English. I said, "I'm sorry, let me check again. Can you spell your name, please?"
Great.
He spelled it. I found it under a different spelling. I fixed it, and he smiled.
That is a real-life win.
And here's the thing. No exam prepared me for that moment. I learned it by doing it.
That's what we call learning through experience.
Yes, you can study the idea, but you build the skill when you do it.
Many listeners might think, but I don't have a job in English.
That's okay. You can build life skills in small ways.
For example,
You can practice with tiny tasks
like ordering coffee in English once a week,
or recording a 30-second voice message to yourself. Today, I went to the store. I bought fruit.
or joining a simple online speaking group, even for 10 minutes.
Or volunteering, or helping a tourist, or chatting with a classmate after class.
These are small actions, but they build big confidence.
And they teach you something exams often don't teach: how to recover.
Recover?
Yes, in real life, you will forget words. You will say something wrong. The skill is not never make mistakes. The skill is keep going.
That is a powerful point.
Like when you trip a little while walking. You don't stop living, you just keep walking.
Let's talk about a feeling that comes with this topic. The feeling of being not good enough, even when you are doing well.
Yes. That feeling has a name: imposter syndrome.
It can happen at work, at school, and in language learning.
You might think, everyone speaks better than me, or they will laugh at my accent. But usually, other people are not judging you. They are thinking about their own life.
Or they are also nervous. Many people are quietly nervous.
So, how do we balance exams and real life? Because many listeners still need tests for school, for university, for jobs, for visas.
Right. We're not saying throw your textbooks into the ocean. Please don't do that.
Poor fish.
We're saying use exams as a tool, not as your identity.
Your score is information. It's not your value as a person.
Yes, a test result shows your performance on one day, in one format. It does not measure your kindness, creativity, or courage.
Here's a simple plan for balance.
I love plans. First, keep your exam study time. That's fine.
Second, add a small, real-life practice habit, even 5 to 10 minutes.
Third, practice phrases that help you in real moments.
Like rescue phrases.
Exactly. Rescue phrases like,
Sorry, can you say that again?
let me think for a second.
How do you spell that?
What does that mean?
Can you give me an example?
These phrases are simple, but they make you stronger in real conversations.
Because they give you time and they keep the conversation friendly.
Now, let's invite our listeners into the episode a little.
Yes, your turn. Beat.
Think about two questions. You can think quietly, or you can write your answers later.
Question 1. What is one exam or test you remember clearly?
Question 2. What is one real-life moment that taught you something important?
It could be a job moment, a travel moment, a family moment, or an English conversation that was hard but helpful.
And if you want to share, write one simple sentence in the comments, like,
One real-life skill I want to build is
or a real moment that taught me a lot was.
perfect grammar is not required. Real communication is the goal.
Always.
Okay, Henry, are we ready for our word walk?
Yes, let's slow down and make today's key phrases feel easy.
Welcome to the word walk. We explain, we repeat, we breathe.
And nobody is judged for saying little circles.
Phrase 1. On paper.
On paper means in documents, in grades, in a resume, how something looks in writing.
Example. On paper, she looks perfect for the job.
Another example, on paper, my English is strong, but speaking feels hard.
Phrase 2. Real life skills.
Real life skills are skills you use in daily situations, not just in tests.
Example. Real life skills include communicating and solving problems.
Another example, I want real life speaking skills, not only grammar knowledge.
Phrase 3. People skills.
People skills are skills for working well with others, listening, empathy, teamwork, and polite communication.
Example. He has great people skills. He stays calm and listens.
Another example, people skills help you at work and in friendships.
Phrase 4. Learn through experience.
This means you learn by doing, by living the situation.
Example. I learned through experience how to handle difficult customers.
Another example, you can study English, but you also learn through experience when you speak.
Phrase 5. Last minute studying.
This means studying a lot right before a test.
Example. I did last minute studying and I felt exhausted.
Another example, last-minute studying can help a little, but it's stressful.
Phrase 6. Memorize.
Memorize means to learn something so well you can say it without looking.
Example. I memorized a speech, but I still felt nervous.
Another example, it's useful to memorize some key phrases for conversations.
Phrase 7. In the moment.
In the moment means right now, in a real situation, without extra time to prepare.
Example. In the moment, I forgot a simple word.
Another example, in the moment, rescue phrases can help you.
Phrase 8. Confidence gap.
A confidence gap is the difference between what you know and how confident you feel using it.
Example. My confidence gap is biggest in speaking.
Another example, practice can slowly close the confidence gap.
Phrase 9. Skills you can take anywhere.
These are skills that help you in many places and many jobs.
Example. Communication is a skill you can take anywhere.
Another example, problem solving is useful in every country.
Phrase 10. Learn the hard way.
This means you learn from a difficult experience, often after a mistake.
Example. I learned the hard way that I need to prepare for meetings.
Another example, many learners learn the hard way that fear stops progress.
Phrase 11. Spoon-fed.
This describes learning where students receive everything and don't practice thinking or doing independently.
Example. In some classes, students feel spoon-fed and afraid to try.
Another example, if you feel spoon-fed, you can build independence with small practice.
Phrase 12. Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome is the feeling that you don't belong or you're not good enough, even when you're doing well.
Example. She has imposter syndrome in her new job.
Another example, imposter syndrome is common for English learners.
And that's our word walk.
Remember, you don't need to remember everything today. If you remember 2 phrases, that's progress.
And progress is the point, not perfection.
Your English is not scary. It's learnable, step by step.
Thanks for spending time with us today.
This is Henry,
And Sophia.
and you've been listening to Confident English Cast. See you next time.